what opened your mind and made you, because you could have, you're a talented guy. You could have been like a hip hop star. You could have been just like a prankster YouTuber. You could have done whatever you want. Like, why did you choose this field? Why YouTube? Like, what was the moment for you? Like, what made Mr. Locario?
Right. Well, the thing was, like, I actually used to back in the day rap back in the day. So that was like my first thing I wanted to do was be a rapper. And so I actually got signed 3 times, and all 3 times.
Really?
Yeah. So what happened was I got signed 3 times, and they were all from independent labels. And I remember, and what happened was that the contracts weren't right. And then I know 2 of the labels didn't have enough money to really do what they needed to do. So I just kind of got out the situation. And then one of them, it was a situation that I had with one of the managers that was managing me at the time. So I just kind of fell out with them. And then I started doing stuff on my own, putting out mixtapes. And my rap name was Trends. So this was like back in, it was actually back around the time when I was on I Love New York, because the way I got kicked off the show was I was trying to like pass out my CDs on the show, like trying to promote my music. So that's what I was doing at first.
You didn't get voted off. You get kicked off.
No, yeah, I got voted off. You know what I'm saying, at the end, and I was like, so I was passing out CDs and stuff like that. And so I used to do that. I used to sell CDs in Times Square. I used to be out, there from like 10 a.m. to like 6, 7 p.m. selling CDs and stuff. So I used to do that like heavy. And then I was also working in an after-school program. After that, I was teaching kids how to do video production. So me and my business partner, we do like music videos for artists. We sometimes do weddings and stuff like that, filming weddings, all that other stuff. So after I was doing all of that, I was talking to my friend who's also my business partner. I said, yo, I want to do something that I know how to do. That's my own thing, and that's my own business. So we came up with a list of stuff. And so one of the things on the list that I was good at, so I wrote a few things I thought I was good at. And one of the things was getting laid. So I was like, oh, okay, I know how to fuck girls. So I was like, I could be a star, or I can teach other guys how to fuck girls. So I went that direction. You know what I mean?
Why didn't you go the porn star route? You probably.
I was like, I don't think I could take the pressure under them hot lights. So I was like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Fair play.
So I'm glad I took this route though. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I was like, let me do this, and so I started first literally just doing YouTube videos. I remember the first week I put out like 6 videos on YouTube, and this was back in like 2008. You understand? So this was, over like 10 years ago or whatever. And I was putting out videos, and I think that first weekend I got like 100 emails from people. I just put my email address. I didn't have a website. I didn't have anything. I didn't know anything about marketing, nothing. Wow. And so I was like, oh shit, people actually want advice. So I started putting out more videos, and then I started to put out a website, and then I put out like a free like ebook manual and stuff. So I just started slowly doing it. Now I didn't make any money for like the first 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make a dime. I was just like, getting my feet wet, getting used to it, and just giving out information. And so as I started doing that, I started to read more books on marketing, read more books on promotion. And just like how, like I already know as far as
any good book on marketing that really stood out to you, changed your life?
I was reading, it was weird. It was actually some, I can't even remember the names of them. They were like some obscure free ebooks I found online about marketing. So it ain't nothing like specific here. It was just like, I read maybe 3 or 4 books on the same subject, and they were all pretty much saying the same thing. So I was like, okay, I gotta, build a website, have a lead page, do this, do that. So I started doing that type of stuff. The funny part was I realized I messed up because I put out an ebook and I just posted it on this website for free. And so when I went back to the website, within I think a month or 2, it got like 30,000 downloads. Wow. And I was like, damn, that could have been 30,000 leads and emails I had that I didn't have because I didn't have my website up yet or anything like that. So it was just a learning process. So I was like, okay, cool. So then after that, I just started to do more and more videos. I started writing more, and all this time I'm making no money. I'm working, part-time at this after-school program, and I'm just doing my thing.
What year was this?
This was like maybe 2008, 2009. 2010 in that area.
Golden ages of
Right.
marketing, man.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that was the time. Trust me, that was. Listen, I remember when I first got on YouTube, there wasn't like this many people on here like this. Like it was like, and so you could put out a video, and I remember I was getting like 8,000, 10,000 hits. You know what I'm saying? Like easy. You know what I'm saying? And so that was back in the day. So I've gotten like, and this is the funny part. I remember there was a time on YouTube where it was, I don't know what it was, but it was super PC because I kept getting my channel shut down. I must have gotten at least a dozen channels shut down since I've been on YouTube. You know what I mean? So at this point, it's sort of been like slowed down. Like it hasn't been like that much shutting down as it used to be. But back in the day, like all of this stuff right here, they would have shut this down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm surprised that they're just kind of letting it ride. It probably is like, you know, fuck it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was worse back in like 2008, 2009, because it was like every morning I'll be like, yeah, they probably shut down my channel and I have to make a new one. And so I just kept making new channels. So all the channels that I've had on YouTube, I've probably had combined since 2008. I've probably had combined at least like 70 million views on YouTube combined for the past like 10, 12 years. You understand what I'm saying? So I've been doing it for a long time. You see what I mean? So I've been doing it for a while since like, you know, shit going on. And then so I just kept going. And then finally I realized, okay, I started making a little money. I came out with my books. I was selling books, but so I was making money here and there, but not enough to where I could quit my jobs and stuff. So after I was working at the after school program, I started working at a gym part-time. And then after that, I was like, wait a second, I'm making enough money to where I could just do this full time. So I quit the gym and then just kept, you know, going ever since. So I've been doing this full time for, I think, the past maybe 3 years, something like that. There's a lot of people online who are taking people's information and work and, you know, and energy and then just using it. You know what I'm saying? Without giving credit and all that. And I don't like that at all. I hate, like, I've had people literally, I had to send out takedown notices to people to tell them, look, you got to take down those videos because that's all my stuff. Literally, I've had people literally take my video and put it on their channel. You understand? Wow. And try to sell their book. You understand what I'm saying? With my information. I was like, what kind of, and so that, again, it's because you put so much time and energy and effort, and on top of that, this is stuff that is your life. So I'm like, you're literally stealing from my life, pretending it's you, and then profiting off of it. You feel what I'm saying? And so to me, that's sucker shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the thing where if you're not giving someone credit, if you're not trying to work with somebody and you're doing that, that's weirdo stuff. And so, like you said, is that, you know, there's that energy there from that aspect, but also there's the energy of how difficult it can be to do this. Because see, what people don't understand is that when we put ourselves out here like this, right? This is why celebrities go crazy sometimes. Because, and I'll get on. This is some spiritual. I get on some woo, but I gotta get on it. The thing is that when a person thinks about you, they're sending energy to you, right? So now, imagine, you know, you got John from Modern Life Dating, you got Mr. Locario, you know, you got all these subscribers, you got people that hit you up, send you messages, watch you every day. So what happens is that you have all these people thinking about you. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why, imagine someone like a person like Drake. Imagine how many people are thinking and talking about Drake at any given time. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all energy being thrown at him. And so the same thing happens even on us on a smaller scale, but it's happening. You see what I mean? And so we have to, not only are we doing all the work and putting all the energy into the work we do, we still have to interact with the energy of all of that type of stuff. Now, again, this is the life we've chosen. It's still good, and I appreciate it. But the thing is that that's the part that people don't understand, which is the hard part. Like even earlier, before we started the show, I saw some goofy troll in the chat who made up some lie, and I seen him on different other people's channels when I was getting interviewed, and I was on different stuff. He's talking about, oh, I saw Mr. Locario, a video of Mr. Locario having to the prostitute, and he filmed it in his apartment. I'm like, who is this guy, and what the is he talking about? I'm like, that never happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you get random people, trolls on the internet making lies about you. It's one thing. I don't care if a dude hate me, but to make a lie, a blatant lie of something that never happened, so that someone else is gonna read that. You understand? Because I even had my girl texted me earlier. She was like, "Is this true? Is this true what this guy's saying?" I'm like, "Hell no, this ain't true." Who the fuck is this dude? So that's what I'm saying. Where that stuff that dudes have to deal with.
Let's be honest. Let's just talk like men, okay? To the men here listening, what is the one thing you're gonna keep your entire life, right? It's yourself.
Right.
So why are you gonna skim and cut the corners on yourself and your investment?
Exactly.
From a self-development perspective, like I said last year, actually I spent more than, now that I'm running the numbers quickly in my head, I spent a little over $10,000 in my personal self-development, which is buying some courses, buying coaching, monthly coaching, accountability. I went to a seminar in Arizona last year, and that was, it was close to, like, with flight and everything, was like close to $3,000. But the day, you guys got to stop pedestalizing money so much. Like, you have to realize, if you're paying money to get more skills, you're going to become a more valuable person. And if you're a more valuable person,
you're going to get more money.
You're going to get more marketing.
Exactly.
The market's going to pay you.
That's what I understand. Look, I remember, because even for when we did this, we were filming the Game Kings documentary. We spent at least probably like $25,000 to like $30,000 of our own money, or just on the full production. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
And
really?
then on top of that, I remember even before that, when I was first coming up doing the coaching and everything, this was back in maybe 2009 or something like that. I spent $1,500 on a course about public speaking.
Awesome.
Just about public speaking and marketing yourself as a speaker. And mind you, I went into my savings. I only had $1,800, so I spent $1,500 of the $1,800 I had on this course. You understand? So I was like, so most people will be like, "Oh man, I only got $1,800. I can't." Nah, I said, listen, this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to make happen. So I'm gonna spend this money. Now, look, I do public speaking. I'm on YouTube all the time, and I make my money through speaking to people. So I'm making a bunch of times more than what I spent. You see what I mean? And so this is what I try to get guys to understand, is that and that money flows and energy flows. So when you try to hoard it, that's what you're actually stopping more money and more situations coming to you. So you have to put stuff out so stuff can come back to you. You see what I mean? It's just like when you're dealing with a girl. Sometimes you might need to, like, let's say you're dealing with a girl and she starts acting funny. You might need to be like, "Yo, you got to get out of here for a second. I'm gonna let you go for a minute," right? You let her go, and then you let her simmer and chill and think about what she did, and it should be running right back to you with gifts and, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I missed you." That's how the world works, man. You know what I mean? But if you're scared to put it out there, you're never gonna get it back. You see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I had to, my main, she got a little confident, a little brave with me in May, and she kind of mouthed off to me about it, and then I was like, "Oh, really?" And so we had two tickets to a luxury location,
right?
And I said, "All right, cool. Well, guess who's not going with me on vacation?" And guess who just upgraded himself to first class? And I did it. I pulled it, and I said, it is what it is. But the person who has the most leverage in every relationship is the one who can walk away. And sometimes these girls get comfortable.
Right.
They get a little arrogant. They forget that they're having filet mignon.
Right.
Where the mother over there, he can only afford to take you to Applebee's. And I love Applebee's, don't get me wrong, but I love filet mignon too.
Right.
So, and not everybody gets to eat filet mignon. So, dude, what you said, like I said, as soon as I heard you talking in Pandemic Pickup, I was like, this motherfucker's pimp for sure. Like, without a doubt. If you don't mind, I'd like to read one of my favorite verses from the Bible. It is Matthew chapter 9, verse 37. And the good Lord above said, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few.
Facts.
Listen, I think you have the same problem as me. I can't even keep up with how many girls are interested in me right now. I can't. I don't have the time to keep up with them. Can you?
Right. No, I agree. See, that's
like, I don't have time to go sit and listen about your cat's day and all this. Like, I'm out here making moves.
Right.
And the ones that do come to the table, that were graced by being at my table, you can't just be bringing a piece of to the table and thinking that's the only thing that's going to carry you through this franchise. Exactly. No, ma'am, not at all.
You have certain people who, you know, they think that, oh, well, you know what? I want to become rich, but I'll wait till next Tuesday to start on that. You understand? Then it's like, no, this is a lifestyle that you have to implement and put some hard work in. And so what a lot of people sell is, hey, you don't have to do any hard work. Just listen to the I'm telling you, and then, you know, everything's going to work out fine. And it's like, oh yeah, that sounds way better than actually having to do work. This is why with fitness, they used to sell these, like, you know, the magic pills. You just take the pill and you lose weight, or you put the thing on your stomach and just let it make you get abs or some nonsense. Yep. People gravitate to that because they're like, oh, well, I want the actual results and the success without having to do the work. And this is the ironic part. The ironic part about it is that if a person actually gets the results without putting in the work, they'll usually lose the result that they get, because actually keeping the result is a byproduct of you putting in the work. You see what I'm saying? This is why when people win the lottery, sometimes they lose all the money. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no emotional attachment, or there's no actual work tied to receiving those benefits. You see what I mean? It's crazy.
I tell this to people all the time, like, your life as men, and that, like, I'm everybody knows I'm raw. Like, you know, don't come get coaching for me if you're a weak person. Like, I will give it to you straight, but I will also get you results. And typically, you guys out there, if you're a man right there, listen to me, you know, put on your big boy pants. I'm going to criticize you here a little bit, but, you know, be a man, take it like a man. If your life sucks, it's because you suck.
Right.
Because, you know, in order to become a millionaire, you have to become a millionaire here.
Facts, right.
First. Then externally, you will manifest that $1 million. And that's why people, like, you know, say what you, I was a huge Donald Trump fan before he was president, so I use his quotes all the time. But for example, that's why guys like Donald Trump became a millionaire, lost it all, and then became a billionaire, because it was in him. It was here. Same thing like you had YouTube channels, they nuked them, but you made a comeback, and now you have an amazing YouTube channel with 50,000 subscribers.
Right.
So once you become here, and you become here who you want to be and what you want in real life, nobody can take that away from you.
Right, exactly.
Nobody can I could lose all my money, I could lose all my, I could lose everything right now. Give me 5 years max, I'll have it back.
If you're a heterosexual guy, right, you're going to want to be with women in some form or fashion. Yeah. And that's going to gnaw at you, because dudes try to pretend like, oh, I don't worry about that. I'm just, you know, focused on my job and my purpose, and I can whatever. No, you still want that. And I've had, you know, friends all the time like this, where I say, yo, you know, come out, let's hang out, let's go to the spot or whatever. And they haven't been out in weeks. And then they go to a bar, we go to a club, whatever, and they see like the baddest women, and they're just sitting on the sidelines. They're scared to approach. They don't know what to say. So now when it comes time for you to really want to make something happen, you're stuck. You can't do anything. You don't know what to do. And so now you're like, shit, I can't make it happen. So once you have that part of your life handled, and this is what guys got to understand. It's sort of like riding a bike. You understand? Once you learn how to ride the bike, you don't forget that. Now you might get rusty if you haven't rode a bike in like 2 years. You might get on it and wobble a little, but you'll get back on track right after in a few minutes. So, but the thing is, once you learn the stuff that you need to learn, apply it, do it, and be consistent with it. That's when you're going to actually get a consistent amount of women that you actually want. And this is why game is so important. All game is a strategy. And it's like, I always say to guys like this, a lot of guys are really lucky that they have the internet right now, and that they have guys like us, and I'm not even tooting our own horn, but I'm just being real. You're lucky you have guys like us who have years and years of experience, and we're literally giving it to you. And all you have to do is do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you have to do is do it. So I'm like, look, it's there for you to make it happen. You see what I'm saying? That's what I was saying earlier. Right now, even if someone was trying to start an online business, there's so much information out right now that you could, if you started an online business today, you could probably be making money within a year and a half, 2 years tops. You could probably quit your job. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I always tell the guys now, it is literally the best time to be alive. It has never been easier in human history to get riches and get if you play your cards right. You can live. Let's be honest. Let's call spade a spade. You and I, we're living like kings in the 1800s right now.
Right.
We're living like kings. Women at the drop of a hat, a good amount of money.
Right.
Freedom. We have, our respect from our legion, our armies of followers, my hot dude army. Right. What do you call your fans? What do you call your fan base?
They the bad boys, man. That's the bad
boys. That's cool.
They know what it is. Real.
Let me ask you this, because you've been a dating coach longer than me. You've been a man longer than me, right? What in your experience and your perspective, what would you say is like the number one problem that men have with trying to like get it with women?
I think. Well, the thing is, I think one of the biggest problems is guys are scared to make moves. You understand?
In what sense by making moves? And what do you mean?
Yeah, just in general, where it's like, so for example, a guy could be scared to make the move to approach the girl. And then the guy could be scared to make the move as far as being with the girl while he's talking to her. Or a guy is scared to make the move when he's, in a situation where he could get, where he's like, he brings the girl back to the room or something like that. And he'll just be like kind of footing around. You know what I'm saying? And so basically it's like guys are scared to take action. So therefore, they're not getting the results that they need to be able to get to the next step. So even a guy may be scared to, like, I've seen guys talk to girls and they won't even like exchange numbers with them. And I'm like, and I tell the guy, I'm like, why didn't you get a number? He's like, oh, well, I didn't know. They're scared to make the move to get to say, hey, give me your number, because they're scared of rejection. You see what I mean? Or they're scared to make it because they're like, oh, I don't want to seem thirsty or whatever. It's like all these things that's stopping the guy to get to the next step, because the thing is you need to push and get to that one step so that you can get to the next step, so you get to the next step, so you can get to where you're trying to go with it. But the thing is that if you're scared to make the move, then you're not going to get the response or the reaction from the girl in order to make the situation go down the place it needs to go. So I always tell guys is that they have to be more bold. There's so many guys who aren't, they're too passive. Like, men are way too passive nowadays. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Dudes have to be more assertive, more aggressive. And guys have been that, and this is what I'm saying. A lot of guys are waiting. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for the girl to look at me, approach me, say something to me first, and then I'll go do the thing. You see what I'm saying? And so guys have to be more active. They need to go out there and make it happen more and be more of the aggressor, so that they can actually get more results from women, because women are waiting for guys to be masculine. You understand? They're waiting for men to just approach them and tell them what it is. Yeah. And that turns women on, because that's part of it's that masculine energy. Just like we're turned on by feminine energy, they're turned on by masculine energy. But too many guys nowadays don't have the masculine energy. So because they don't have the masculine energy, they're not that attractive to a lot of women. And so women they'll still use them for attention. They'll use them to be in the friend zone. They'll use them to take them out on dinner dates, but they're not really attracted to those guys, because those guys aren't putting that masculine energy out there. You see what I'm saying?